Enzo Maccarinelli. This man won the WBO Cruiserweight Championship of the world, an Italian that fights out of Swansea, United Kingdom. Jake Paul, fighting out of Cleveland, Ohio, currently residing in Dorado, Puerto Rico.
As soon as the ball goes, don't blink. That fight could be over.
So now let's go into the ring for the official introductions. Here's the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, hailing from Swansea in Wales, here is a Cruiserweight World Champion, the very popular Enzo Big Mac Maccarinelli. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Dorado, Puerto Rico, a social media superstar and rising contender known as El Gallo de Dorado, Jake Paul.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
Thank you, Todd. You know what? Outside it's hot. Inside it's roasted.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be 2 that we're talking about. What a fight we expect this one to be. Both of these athletes primed and ready. Swing and a miss with that hook. Beautiful counter punch. You don't want to trade shots. You can really feel the buzz in the air tonight. So much hype here in this arena.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter, because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything, can break a man or make a man.
Straight right just misses. Tough to be a judge in this fight, as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
He misses with that straight left. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
The straight right just misses. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Going for the finish. Let's talk about Maccarinelli in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Switch on. Switch on.
And there's the bell for round 2. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
They better start respecting each other's punching power. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
This fight has a real good flow to it. see more jabs. And Enzo wilts down to the canvas. Wow, let's take another look at that.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
Showing a lot of heart to beat the count there.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your usuals hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back to...
Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Let's talk about McRanelli in that last round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
You've been put...
Get your shots off.
And there's the bell to start round 3. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
To the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Nice job blocking the left hook. Stumbling around in potholes. How did they survive that?
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Halfway through the round. Whoa, wait a minute. And at some point, the corner needs to think about stepping in here. And Jake Paul will have to go to the canvas. Now that is a massive knockdown. Let's take another look.
That's lights out right there.
One, two, three, four. Give me your blood.
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
The corner needs to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Will the referee stop it? Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
Can make or break a fighter.
Down in already. That right hand's beautiful. That's it. Now just stick a few body shots in. Come on, you're better than that. Don't worry about that round. Don't worry about it. Good man. You say focus? Go on. Don't let him back in or anything. That round. It was a bad round.
And there's the bell for round 4. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
They know the second they touch it.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. The defense failed them. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to it?
Well, hold on a second, Johnny. The building is going bananas. Will they see a huge upset here? And Jake Paul goes down. Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
One, two, three, four, five, six. You still want to fight?
They're back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
But now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
What a nightmare scenario! Looks like he's going to survive the... Whoa, wait a minute! The corner... And Jake Paul couldn't handle any more of it. And as we see it again, there's no way to get up when you get clipped with a shot like that.
I need to see that again.
One, two, three, four, five, six. You all right?
Talking about Jake Paul in that last round. A borderline disastrous round, but he's still on his feet.
There's always a way back. Don't ever run anybody.
Back into the fray here in round 5. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Big swing and a miss with the hook. Punch caught him clean. I wouldn't think of holding on here for a minute. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Nice counter shot. A lot of effort being exerted here. That hook doesn't score. Lucky that hook didn't score. Those counter punches have to hurt. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. In that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they...
There's the bell to start round 6. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Punch, counter punch. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Now you've got 2 fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through willpower, calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
That hook just can't find the target. Whoa, and you saw the balance go. The knees, the foundation, rocked. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Holding nothing back here in the round. A perfect counter lands. They got out of the way of that right hook. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Matt Granelli in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
There's a lot on the line here.
Gaps will appear. You were thinking, you were smart.
Listen, you've switched off. What are you doing? You started to make me...
Here we go, it's round 7. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
And he scores with the counter. Oh, and the Big Mac is down. As you can see, it was a hit to the head that did it. Let's watch it again.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
The referee deems they can continue, but this Enzo couldn't take any more, and down he goes. And as we see it again in slow motion, there's no doubt that body punch right there buckled him.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Somebody can smell blood here.
I got to stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Whoa, wait a minute. What a shot. I thought that was going to be a knockdown at least.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
And down goes the Mac. Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
A shot from the gods took him out.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you okay?
It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Granelli in that last round.
There's always a way back. Don't ever run anybody else.
Back on the job. It was a god-awful round, I tell you. Now, come on. You're way better than that.
Great round. Great round. Now, relax.
And there's the bell for round 8. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Good counter punching. They walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. The straight right just misses. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
You've got to be courageous when you're getting in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain.
Good idea, but misses with the left hook. Beautiful counter shot. They exchange punches. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Stumbling around on Bambi legs. Some might have thought the fight a little bit closer, but the judges are in agreement. A unanimous decision win.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan. But what a result.